Good Wednesday morning, everybody, and thanks for tuning in to Gulf Coast Weather Solutions. I'm meteorologist Johnny Lively, and let's take a look at what's going on in our neck of the woods. I'm going to move out of the way here for a second, but it is awfully quiet here across the region. We're just seeing a couple very isolated showers really further offshore, and it's going to be another dry day today. That's really just about all we're seeing here in our region. Even if we zoom out, still pretty dry. You can find a couple little offshore showers, maybe just off the coast of New Orleans, because of that high pressure ridge that's over here into the Gulf. We have another one that's off towards the northwest, but we're seeing that general flow. If we continue to keep moving, you see this area of high pressure bringing in all of that moisture in the Gulf, really more in towards the eastern section. So everybody over here in the west, from Texas, Louisiana, we're dry. All the rain is further towards the east. So areas like Florida, they can get the rain. Texas, Louisiana, we stay on the mostly dry aspect for at least another 5 to 7, if not 10 days. And we'll talk more on that just a second. Thanks for our sponsor of TAMCO showing us what's going on. Current temperatures across the region, anywhere from the middle to upper 70s. I think some of these weather stations might be kind of delayed, but we are pretty much into the middle to upper 70s. A lot of areas already at the 80-degree mark. Thanks to Modern Concrete, we can see that we've got a pretty good schedule of what's going on this afternoon. Another hot day. We're going to get into the middle 90s for majority of the region, but several of us are going to get into the upper 90s near the 100-degree mark with that heat index anywhere from 109 up to 111 degrees. So thanks to Modern Concrete, we have a good little idea of what to expect for today. It's going to be a hot one. Tropics still completely shut down from the dry air and the wind shear. Nothing going on the next 5 to 7 days, but I will say this. If you take a look, this is a pretty big system that's coming off the coast of Africa, probably by the end of the week, getting into the weekend. So we will watch to see what this does by next week, even further than that. But dry air and wind shear is still going to give this a hard time. But that is a pretty impressive system that's in the African region that will eventually roll off the coast realistically in about 3 to 5 days. Nothing is expected to develop right now from the National Hurricane Center, but we will keep an eye on this. But even down the road, let's play devil's advocate and say that this, continues to go west. Dry air and wind shear will give this a hard time. The only way this can try to get its act together if it goes further towards the north and likely curves away from the United States. But that's so far away. Just right now, tropics are quiet, and it looks to stay quiet for at least another 5 to 7 days. We'll keep an eye on that next wave, but right now, not impressed with it as of right now to even remotely come towards our way. High pressure ridge, it's going to stay in control the rest of the week through the weekend, and even if I show next week as well too, this high pressure ridge probably is going to stick around for majority of next week. So thanks to Switch Electric, we can see what's going on with this high pressure ridge. It is just a nuisance. It will not go away. And again, I said it yesterday, this is a reason why schools didn't start until after Labor Day weekend, because high pressure ridges come here during August, and it makes us a pretty dry pattern, and it makes it hot. You see the rainfall outlook? It's going to be pretty hard to come by any rain. If we do get anything, it should be 10% or less. Maybe have a little bit better coverage on Saturday and a little bit better coverage on Tuesday, but it is still pretty limited, around 10% coverage. So we're pretty much on a dry. If not, we could say we're starting to see some flash drought activity going on across the region. Here we are this afternoon into the evening. We'll see a couple clouds. That's really about it. The model data is not broken. We're just dry. High pressure ridge is in control. We're going to have a dry afternoon. Main story is going to be the heat. Heat index is going to be hot today, but here's the actual temperatures. Middle 90s across the I-10 corridor. You can find some upper 90s down towards the coast, upper 80s to low 90s. But everybody north of the I-10 corridor, you're going to start approaching that 100-degree mark. Thanks to Silsbee Ford, we know it's going to be a hot afternoon. Wet bulb global temperature that the UIL will be monitoring. It's going to be a hot one. Several areas probably going to get into the low 90s, if not a little bit hotter than that. So we will see some breaks. Again, August is one of our hottest months, so we're definitely seeing that wet bulb global temperature by the UIL really being used the next couple of days. And then overnight tonight, it's going to be warm, muggy, and sticky. What we see this time of year down towards the coast, anywhere from the low to mid 80s. Rest of the region pretty much into the upper 70s to near the 80-degree mark. It is a warm, sticky, pretty much evening. And here we are for Southeast Texas the next 5 to 7 days. We just need to put 3 letters, H-O-T, hot. We're going to be pretty much into the middle to mainly the upper 90s near the 100-degree mark. There's actually a weak front that will be moving into the state of Texas, and that weak front will actually not bring any colder temperatures. It will actually compress the heat into our region. So, in fact, I would imagine by Saturday and Sunday, we're going to see several areas near 100 degrees. So it's going to get hotter. this weekend and possibly even to early next week. So here we are for Southwest Louisiana as well too. It is mostly dry. It is dry, dry, dry. It's hot. Hot is the main word that we're going to see the next 5 to 7 days, if not for a good chunk of next week as well too. So thanks again for tuning in to the Wednesday morning show. I'm still traveling, so we're kind of having some technical difficulties, so I don't, keep my head there in the corner. But if y'all have not yet, please go download the free Gulf Coast Weather Solutions app. It will keep you updated around the clock if we have any changes going on, especially when weather starts getting a little bit more active. And I did not change this graphic, but I do want to show, to possibly close out the month of August, we look to pretty much stay below average on the rainfall. And in the temperature department, this looks to stay above average as well, too. So pretty much all of next week, take this with a grain of salt, but it looks like pretty much to close out the month of August, we're going to stay hot. Middle to upper 90s is going to stick around. So have a good Wednesday. Thanks again for tuning in. Stay cool. See y'all again tomorrow morning on the Thursday morning show. Have a good Wednesday, everybody. And thanks again for tuning in with Gulf Coast Weather Solutions. I'll see y'all tomorrow morning.